Hello, folks. Good morning. Can you hear me? I want to know if you can hear me.
Yes, teacher, we can.
Okay, good morning. What about the rest? Folks, I need you to activate your microphone because we're going to discuss some things here. Camila, Abigail, Sabrina, Jamila, please turn it on, the microphone. Okay, good morning to this session. So today we're gonna discuss about the first language acquisition. So we're gonna discuss a little bit about the Vygotsky, sorry, the Piaget theory. And to start, I have some questions that I would like to listen to you. What do you think about these? Let's see the first one. What are some benefits of learning English at a young age? Have you seen these advantages in your students? So in you, have you seen these ones, the benefits that you got when you start learning English very young? Speak louder because I can't listen to you. Camila, what do you think about the first questions? So which has been the benefit that you got when you started learning English?
Well, in my experience, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. In my experience, I learned English since I was young because my dad always wanted me to learn a new language. So I've been learning English since I was young, and this is has great benefits because it also helps you to have better grades on the high school or the primary school. And
Right.
also right now at this point of my life, I am working in a call center, and learning English at a very young age helped me to be right now working in a call center using the language that I already learned.
Okay, thank you very much, Camila. Could I have your last name, please?
Alegría.
Which one?
Alegría.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Remember, folks, that I'm taking into account the participation. That was one of the things that I was explaining to you in the previous classes, okay? So do we have another one that wants to add, that would like to add something else for first question?
Yeah, myself, yeah.
Okay, Grijalba, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's the best stage in life to learn English is at a very young age because some learning theories state that children can assimilate language best than any other stage in human life. So they can learn basically any language as long as they have the correct stimulus during the infant period. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Let's move on to the second question to give the opportunity to another student. What are some reasons why more people around the world are learning English? What is the main reason your program or programs in your country were developed?
Hello,
Yeah, tell me your name first.
Karen Amador.
Okay, thank you.
I think one of the main reason is because English is one of the language that wherever you go, like you should know to speak English, I think. And there is more opportunity when you know a second language, right? English is like one of the main language that like different places or a work that a job that you want always require you. Now in our country, one of the most famous thing is the call center. So I think one of the main reason you need to learn English is because that makes you an extra, right? An extra language that you should know.
Okay, thank you, Karen. Paul Gutierrez, what about you? What do you think about the second question? Shirley Zamora. Alison Torres, would you like to add something else to the second question?
What are the reasons why more people around the world are learning English? Is that the question?
Yeah.
Well, actually, in my point of view, I think that most of the people is learning English because, in a way, this language open a lot of opportunities. As Karen says, one of them is work in a call center that is not really good, but you gain more money than other people. And of course, if you wanna, you can travel around the world because most of the people learn English or know English, and it's an easy way to talk with others. And I think too that actually, when you are looking for a work or a job, um, one of the um, reasons of the options that they look it's that if you can speak more than one language.
Yeah.
Usually is the English. So I think that these three reasons can be what the most of the people look and try to learn English by themselves or looking for academy or at university.
Okay. Do you think that the programs that you noticed when you started studying English in the school was developed in the right way? Do you think that the institutions took into consideration the students' needs?
Well, I think it can depend in the place that you are studying because as we know, some people can learn in an easy way, like memorizing, reading, listening, but other people look for something else, like you can learn English listening to music, reading a book that you like, because if you like something and you can learn with that thing, it can be an easier way to learn. So, in my point of view, it can depend.
Okay. Could I have your name, please?
Yes, Alison Torres.
Okay, thank you, Alison. Okay, Joshua, go ahead. It's your turn.
Good morning, teacher and mates. And well, in my point of view, um, English is the main language that you will hear around the world. Why? Because you know that the United States is the world power, and is the one that domain the other countries. It's not the same. Well, China is a country that is growing economically, but the one who has the most power around the world is United States, in my opinion. And that's why that language is very required in everywhere you're going, every country, every position, every institution. And so that's why it's very important. It's an international language that you will hear everywhere.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
well,
Yeah, yeah.
about about the the programs that in my country are giving, well, I when I was at high school, and well, I saw some weakness that some teachers have
For
there.
example,
But um, when you like what you are learning, you will learn it in a way that you like it, and not forcing the things that you don't like. So that is my point of view about this question.
okay, thank you very much, Martinez. Do we have someone else? Okay, we're gonna move on to the third question and last one. What are some goals of teaching English as an international language? What are your programs goals or the goals of programs in your country? So when we talk about program in this case, do you think that the programs that the universities offers to the students are the right one for teaching English as an international language, as a foreign language, or as a second language? Brian Zavallos, Dania Garcia, what do you think about that question?
And the last question for me, in my opinion, is about the international language, English. Is a more communication, effective, and promoted culture,
Yeah.
and exchange the opportunity for the person or people in different country. Is access to the diverse resource, teacher.
Okay, thank you, Dania. What about, let's see, Lucia Oviedo? What do you think about the last questions? Sabrina.
Sorry, I was doing another thing. What are some goals of teacher English and as international language?
Yes.
Well, I think that the first purpose is that a student learn, obviously, and can communicate with person and speak English, maybe in this country and in other country, that they can develop and get more opportunity in other areas like uh, studies or or work job. Sorry.
Okay, thank you, Lucia. We're gonna finish with Jeffrey's opinion. What do you think, Jeffrey? Do you think that the programs that the whole university here in our country are the good ones, or they are designed for teaching English as a second language or as a foreign language?
Yes, of course. Some universities in Nicaragua are created to teach the form how to learn a second language, a third language. There are many institutions that can teach uh, with a good method a language. For example, uh, it exists the European Academy.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you very much. Now we're gonna move on with another things. As you can see here, and I hope that you read the document on the platform that is related to the first language acquisition. You know that there we can find the three main theoretical positions, right? That some researchers found so vital for learning a second language acquisition. And the first one is the behaviorist perspective. So what do you think in this? When we talk about the behaviorist perspective is when you say what I say, right? But what is this theory? Yes, folks. Do you think that the behaviorisms is just for adapt the young learners, or they have to imitate and practice as a primary processes, or what do you think? What do you understand about the document? We're gonna give the chance for those who hasn't participated. Brian Ceballos, what do you think, Brian? What does the behaviorist perspective stand for? Tell us a little bit about this theory. Okay, while you're thinking, let me tell you that this theory of learning was influential in the 1940s, right? And 1950s, especially in the United States, okay? So some researchers found that this perspective, or that this theory about behaviorisms was viewed as an imitation in practice as the primary processes in language development. But how was that?
I think
Yeah.
teacher is involving imitation for the parents when the child's a little bit, and practice the word what the parents while child.
Okay, good. So in this theory, that's the behaviorisms, as I told you before, we have two key words. We have imitation and practice, right? So when we say imitation, what does it mean? When we have word by word repetition of all of part of someone else utterance, right? For example, if I say daddy, probably the young learner is gonna repeat the same because he's trying, or she's trying to imitate the same sound, right? And what about the practice? Do you think that they are the same one, imitation and practice? Paul Gutierrez, what do you think, Paul?
Good morning, teacher.
Yeah, morning.
Morning. For me, it's what's serious because the pronunciation and then programs, apps for is important for learning English because I know the perspective is imitation, formation, Dania, and videos for me.
Okay, thank you. Let's see the second theoretical concept, that is the innatist perspective. Grijalba, what do you think is this? The main
Yes.
objective of this says that it's all in your mind, the innatist perspective. What do you think?
I think it refers to the fact that sorry, the fact that all humans are born with the ability to acquire language, regardless of what it is, and based on the interaction or experiences or repetition, right? But I think the theory says that we all are, you know, born with this ability to acquire language. So that I think that's the innatist perspective.
Okay, do you think that the psychological aspects must be included here?
What do you mean by psychological aspect? What
So,
psychological aspect?
you know that they have some verbal behavior, right? Around the environment that they are around, right?
Yeah.
So do you think that this can be included in the innatist perspective?
Yeah, in the sense of stimulus,
Yeah,
of
good.
course, that you know, equips the child to be able to learn faster. Yeah, the stimulus. It does create an impact, psychologically speaking.
Okay, thank you. Let's see the third theoretical concept. We have the interactionist or the developmental perspective. Camila, what do you think about this, Camila?
Mama.
Do you think that here that the cognitive processes must be included here? Alexis? Allison, would you like to add something related to this? Camila?
Mr. I would like to add something to the lesson.
Paul, could you mute your mic, please?
Paul?
No lo dejo entonces y lo que vamos a ver es bien. Porque la Diana no sabes que no estaban metidas mi voz allí. Le iba a dar a la gente que fue a ayudar. ¿Cómo?
Paul, please turn it off your microphone. Alison Torres, we're gonna close with you. We're gonna finish with you this one. What do you think about the last theoretical concept?
It's the internationalist development perspectives.
Yeah.
Can you repeat the question? I didn't hear really well. It's about the document.
Yeah, it's related to the document.
Let me see.
One of the main focus that we can find in this theory is that young learners can learn from inside and outside. So talk about that one.
Well, I think I didn't learn honestly the document. I actually just opened up, but in my point of view, I think that the young learners can learn when they hear someone else speaking or talking the language, because as we know, children or toddlers learn because they have the facility to hear and then repeat, because they learn in the stimulation that adults can give them. So if they can learn or hear something that they like, they can repeat, they can learn and repeat like once again something that they like, I think. And they can like learn in the inside out.
Okay, thank you, Alison. Thank you. So we're gonna move on to another thing here. So I don't know if you have read the documents on the platform that it's related to Piaget and Vygotsky. So I'm gonna just mention in a general way the Piaget's stages of cognitive development, because then after that you have a task about this one, okay? So Piaget was one of the linguistics person that was in charge of promoting how the teachers should teach English in very young learners. So Piaget's stages, he mentioned four, the main four that he has. It's the first one, we have the sensory motor that we must take into account that when the young learners or the kids birth to 18th or 24th month. And the goal for this is the object permanence, okay? The other stages that we have from Piaget is the pre-operational. So this occurs when we have a young learner from 2 to 7 years old. And the goal in this stage is the symbolic thought. Then we have the concrete operational, ages from 7 to 11 years old. Here we have something complex, right? We have the logical thought. And the last one that it's related to adolescents or teenagers, formal operational. So here is a little bit more complex than the previous one because we have some scientific reason, okay? So in the task, you're gonna develop each of these one and you're gonna tell me what we can do here. So the activity that we can implement for each one. Here we have the task, okay? It says research about the differences between Piaget's theory and Vygotsky and be ready to present to next class. That will be on February 11th, 2024. So if you got some question related to the task, let me know to be clarified, right? Yeah, Jeffrey?
Sorry, the task will be for the next Sunday, right?
Right, February 11th.
Yeah, I saw. Thank you.
Ok. Chicos, les explico por si no se está escuchando muy bien. En la tarea, acá yo solo puse de manera general las etapas, ¿verdad? Del desarrollo cognitivo que Piaget plantea en sus teorías. Ahí tenemos las 4, solo para que nos demos una idea. No quiero entrar a profundo en cada una de ellas porque ese va a ser el task de ustedes. ¿Sí, Jeffrey? Bueno, continúo. Entonces, esto ya tienen ustedes acá, cuáles son las etapas que van a desarrollar y vamos a buscar las teorías de Vygotsky, ¿ok? Porque ambos están relacionados sobre la enseñanza del idioma para niños, ¿verdad? Entonces, ustedes van a investigar las de Vygotsky, van a desarrollar cada una de ellas, tanto las de Piaget como las de Vygotsky y se van a preparar para una presentación que vamos a hacer el próximo domingo 11 de febrero, ¿ok? En clase. Esto lo vamos a hacer, chicos, en pareja, para que lo tengamos en cuenta. La presentación va a ser en pareja y el documento me lo van a entregar en digital. Pueden entregármelo el mismo día que vayan a hacer la presentación, me lo entregan para que no lo envíen antes. No sé si alguien tiene alguna pregunta al respecto.
Entonces, profesor, una pregunta, ya tenemos que llevar la
No le escucho muy bien, hable un poquito alto.
que si ya tenemos que llevar lista la presentación con la
Sí,
pareja de
sí,
trabajo.
ya tienen que llegar listos ustedes con su presentación para pasar al frente, ¿verdad? Y hablar sobre ello y me van a explicar. En eso, chicos, en las teorías también tratemos de incluir algunas actividades, ¿verdad? Que según Piaget o Vygotsky plantea qué tipo de actividades se pueden desarrollar para hacer un aprendizaje significativo en los estudiantes, ¿right? Bueno, chicos, si no hay preguntas, pues les agradezco que se hayan conectado. Les agradezco a todos aquellos que participaron. Recuerden que esto se va a tomar en cuenta. Y primeramente Dios, nos vemos el próximo domingo, ¿vale?
Vale, gracias,
Gracias.
profesor.
Ok,
bye.
chicos.
Gracias, profe.
Buen día.
Thank you, techer. See you,
Have a good day.
see you next Sunday.
See you
Okay,
next
see you.
Sunday.
Next Sunday,
Have a
next
good
Sunday.
day.